What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, here we go. Alicia, right in the flesh, virtual flesh if you want to call it, sitting in the hallway, and I'm staring at her, she's staring right back. I like the eye contact that's happening. She's got cold, icy blue eyes, and I think because they've already announced her, and we can somewhat now discuss this topic, I'm going to talk about what she's all about, what her kit looks like, and why you should most likely go for her, especially for free-to-play players who are struggling with the infamous Cerberus. Even if you have Saw or Sa, however you want to say the name, she's going to bring a lot more to that water team. And water teams, I think, are going to be pretty prevalent. I'm assuming, this is an assumption, in the Demon Castle whenever that decides to come out, okay? Just real quick as well, too, while we're on the topic of, I guess, things to talk about, this is the actual schedule that Netmarble released themselves for the game. Okay, so let's just really go quickly through this and see if any of this still makes sense. All right, so first off, you guys can see May said Demon Castle first floor story arc release. It's still May technically. They haven't released it, but with that being said, we do know that Cha is almost done. If we go to the draw here, she has another 4 days and 5 hours, and we've got literally like 6 days left in May. So if they're following the release schedule, we should see this maybe end of May, maybe beginning of June, so right over here, right? Because look at this, the Cargligan story arc release has already come out in May, so they may have switched these two around. New weapon and Hunter, new Hunter weapon, sorry, has new Hunter was Cha, and the weapon was her weapon, obviously. Time Attack Mode Season 1 is currently going on. New content, Monster Wave, we don't have this one yet. Original story update, we did get that. And then, original story update? Did we get a new original story update? I'm not sure if we did. And then New Hunter, New Shadow coming out in June, so that makes sense. That's going to be Tusk. Time Attack Mode 2, that's going to be Season 2. New Raid, right? And then first Solo Leveling Championship preliminary round. I think that's already been going on. I think that they announced what players are going to be participating. In July, look at this. We have the guild content, original story, Time Attack Mode Season 3. Again, the main rounds for the Time Attack, or the Solo Leveling Championship, sorry. In August, we have the 100-day anniversary update. I guess makes sense. Original story update, new Hunter and new weapon, content update roguelike. This is interesting. And then 100 Days Festival, that'll be an event going on, I guess, for logging in. And then September, we have the high floors of the Demon Castle. And then, so this is where I think Alicia is going to really shine as a Demon Castle. It's a guess. I'm assuming a lot of these demons are going to be fire related. New Hunter and Shadow. So this is probably going to be Kaisel. And then we have Time Attack Mode, new raid. Then the second Solo Leveling Championship, new content, Boss Attack. We kind of saw a little bit about this already. This might be pushed forward a little bit. And then we have original story, new Hunter weapon, Season 5 of the Time Attack Mode. And then November, we have half anniversary, so that's May, June, July. Yeah, November makes sense. And then New Hunter content extensions, half anniversary festival, which is going to be huge. And then December, we have Jeju Island story arc, maximum level increase, original story update, new Hunter and weapons, and then new content, new world, new bosses. So we have a lot going on. Someone wanted me to talk about this. I talked about this really early on when the game had first come out, but I think some of this stuff was most likely going to be adjusted accordingly. This is a very early access schedule, okay? Now, let's talk a little bit about the girl herself. Now, if you go to my channel and you look up Alicia, one second here, guys, let me just find her. You guys will be able to see a lot about her, okay? So here, let me go to the channel. I'm going to show you guys the video here that talks a little bit about Alicia, and you guys can kind of get a good sense of what she is going to bring to the table as a character. So here's Alicia, okay? So this is actually her setup, right? So she is going to be using the Witch of the Snowstorm weapon. That is going to be her weapon there. You guys can see what the weapon does. It increases the core attack damage by 5%. When the ice body armor effect hits, increases the users and team members' water damage by 2.5%. I remember this can change at any time. These are just things that were found in the past. And then in terms of skills, these are her skills. Okay, so her base skills here does basic damage, water damage, of course, and she is scaling off of attack. Okay, so everybody understands that she does scale off attack on this. And then these are her actual percentages currently in the game. Those are her basic attacks. If we go over here, this is what it looks like. Okay, so you guys can see here, there's that. I think that's the core attack right there, which is 1,594% of ice damage. And then you guys can go further here. And then Winter Storm, this one, she goes behind the opponent, causes a tornado. That's right, we got our own tornadoes, guys. Causing 30% chance to freeze. And then when the user uses the skill, it applies the ice body armor effect as well, too, to the whole team. And you guys can see a little further down here, I believe it talks a little bit about what that is, if I recall. No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. It never scrolls down. And then Ice Needle's her next attack here. You guys can watch this animation as well, too. It looks like like a blizzard skill from Final Fantasy. It looks amazing. So there's that move right there. That'll be her 2 basic skills. So we have a freeze, we have a body armor, and then we have the support skill here, freeze again. And then the body armor is applied, the ice body armor. And the sea freeze does interrupt for 5 seconds in this case. I think this is the highest end freeze. I could be wrong. I think it's the highest end freeze. Again, I think the other freezes are all like 3 seconds and just counting. But I think 5 is the highest we have. Here's our QTE skill, again, causing freeze as well too. So you guys can see a lot of freeze damage coming in, which is going to be amazing for a lot of crowd control, right? And then this is her ultimate. So what she does here is deals water elemental damage, last attack in the combo hits, does airborne effect, and then also causes freeze, and then also applies 5 instances of frost on the opponent, okay? And then let me see if there's an explanation here. So when Eternal Frost, Winter Storm, or Ice Needles are used, applies the frost effect. Here's what frost does. Activates core attack change. The user's core attack changes to Bitter Cold Spear, so the move changes. And then when the user uses Bitter Cold Spear, it consumes 3 of the instances of frost and does increase damage of that attack by 80%, up to increasing 240%. So A1 here, when shield is active, increases the critical hit rate and critical damage of the user by 16%. Now this here is important because if you run Saw here at, sorry, this was actually a mistake. Ignore that. If you run Saw here with the shield set with her, you're going to have this almost up at all times, that extra crit hit and the crit damage, right? A2 here, when Eternal Frost is used, apply an additional frost, so you get 6 of them instead of 5. Increases damage dealt by frozen targets by 30%, which is insane. All team member water damage increased by 5%. And the last one here applies the ice body armor effect to the entire team. This effect remains active when the, hold on, let me go further here. When the even if you tag out, the ice body armor effect that was affected throughout this effect additionally increases, I think it's water damage. Yeah, water damage by 10%. So there you guys go. So more water damage coming through. So again, Alicia's really built for 2 things in my opinion. Number 1, increase your Cerberus damage. Also get yourself a better Cerberus team. And at the same time, provide you guys with way more DPS and some crowd control. Now you guys do know new content is dropping. I'm going to take a wild assumption here and guess that a lot of these enemies are going to be fire enemies because they're from the Demon Clan. And I think it would make sense for them to bring her out with some form of content that is weak against water, because remember, we only have 1 SSR water unit in Saw right now. Nam is incredible. Anna Ruiz is really good. Song is she's okay, but overall we are lacking a strong DPS attack build unit for water, and this is it right here. So she is meant to bridge that gap between those units, and I think she's going to be the ultimate water carry with Saw and the team. So having both of them together, I think you're going to have the ultimate water team personally. So this is why I think at least having an A1 version of her is important. We're going to do, of course, we're going to summon for her. We're going to do a full test as usual. I'll do a live test with you guys from A0 to A5 to show you guys what's worth it and what isn't. And we're going to be doing a full-on test. Hopefully we'll have some opponents we can test on that are weak to water. Cerberus is three trophies on tier 10, so I need something stronger to do it. I might just do like the usual stuff that I do in the battlefield of trials, where there is no elemental advantage, so you guys can see how well she does. But really, at the end of the day, she's meant to amplify your water team and give you more water damage. So it'd be nice to have something to test against that is weak against water, to show you guys how much better she is on a water team. All right, guys, this is it. 4 days, 5 hours, 4 days, whatever counting. We got only, let's just say 5 days. We're probably going to see her drop then, and I'll be doing a summon video plus some live events on actually how she plays, and we'll test out from A0 to A5. See you guys in the next one. Take care.